Manchester United have just managed to secure just 1 point out of the possible 3 in the game of Chelsea that happened at Old Trafford today. Welcome to Manchester United Matters channel. I go by the names of Rock and David. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Please endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel of ours in there. Now today, lots of things have happened and I really felt like, oh, I should come in here and really talk about this because there are players that feel like they don't want to play for Manchester United anymore, and that player goes by names of Marcus Rashford. All of the chances that Chelsea created in the first half were courtesy of Marcus Rashford not tracking back to help Alex Telles. Alex Telles was so much exposed into this game of football, and that really led to Reece James really bringing in lots of crosses that were saved by David De Gea and others headed out by the central defenders of Manchester United. That is Rafael Varane and Victor Lindelof. Marcus Rashford looks like he doesn't want to play for Manchester United anymore. His body language is abysmal. He really looks bad. The way he defends back in there is really so much rapturous. You just call himself, he cannot lift up himself, because in games like this is when you would have expected Rashford to come out and make a statement in there, because I will remember he is one of the players that has really scored very many goals against Chelsea while playing for Manchester United ever since his debut in 2017 that was given him by Louis van Gaal, by then the manager. And I really believe that when you're really going under a lot of criticism in there by the fans, what you have to do, you have to come up and pull your socks up into this game of football against Chelsea. Make that statement, either even if you don't score or create an assist, but put up a fight. That is something that Gary Neville came out and said about in the game of Liverpool, and said the reason as to why I'm hailing Hannibal Mijabri is that he really feels like they shouldn't be bossing United like this on the pitch. That's what Gary Neville came out and said, because he thought that Manchester United should be doing more. And this young lad comes onto the field of play and he starts to run in at a side which goes by names of Liverpool, and almost in just 5 minutes he spent on the pitch, he almost got a red card because the referee was just keen on him. But Hannibal really gave these people a run for their money in there, because he really chased them and really fouled them, because these players of Manchester United that had really started this game of football had really given them a lot of space to do whatever they want. I remember a player of Liverpool in the names of Alcantara. I had never seen him play as he played against Manchester United. He was given a lot of freedom, and when Hannibal came in, he said, no, this can't be happening to my team because I support Manchester United. I've grown in the camp of Manchester United. I know the culture, and Liverpool is a very big derby, and at least I rather get on and go ugly on new players. And that's what he did, and he really fouled, and he was so much nasty to really go ahead and cause havoc into the side of Liverpool. And if at all every United player could go up and pull up his socks to that level, it would have been a different level altogether. The same thing they failed to do in this game of Manchester United, they played against Chelsea, because Rashford couldn't even foul. He couldn't even track back. That's why I tell people that I rather have Anton Martial here rather than Rashford, because for Anton Martial, he can track back. You get he's talented. When he gets that ball, you'll know that he'll put up a right pass. But Marcus Rashford, there is a run that was a counter-attack. Ronaldo passed to Elanga, and Elanga passed to Rashford. And Rashford was supposed to put up a very good pass to find a player who goes by names of Bruno Fernandes in there. He didn't put up that pass. It was a blind pass. It lacked a lot of energy. And Chelsea really dominated back. Yet it was really a very big break-off. If that pass had really reached Bruno Fernandes off the right side of the midfield, United would have really sat down or gotten off close to 3 Chelsea defenders, and Ronaldo was going to be given that pass, and he would have found himself in that on his own to get United a goal. That is Rashford in there. He has costed us a goal, and he would have costed us more, but he has also denied us opportunities to go in and score. That is a player who goes by names of Marcus Rashford, because I really love Marcus Rashford, but I really believe that I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's running in his mind. Can he handle this? Because it's very bad for a player like him to be undergoing such a season, because he was so much pampered by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he knew that he had all time to start. Even if he was on form, he was favoured by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there for you. And remember that game of Liverpool that we lost 5-0 at Old Trafford? One of the reasons as to why Luke Shaw was exposed, it's because Marcus Rashford couldn't track behind, couldn't track back to help Luke Shaw. And Luke Shaw always found himself in a situation of Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that made his beating very easy, because you can't mark two players. You can't. And Marcus Rashford has done this for very many games, and he has really costed United a game in there for you. When you look at the game of Arsenal, when Rashford came on and Lingard yesterday, they all came out and really looked bad. You know, if it was Bruno Fernandes looking like that, I wouldn't mind, because I'll know that, oh, he does not have the United DNA. He's just trying to learn how United does its things over there. But a player like Marcus Rashford, yes, Lingard, you grew up in the academy of Manchester United, and you're playing like that, very bad in there. That display is not allowed at Manchester United, and that's why we come out and really put very many question marks on Marcus Rashford in there. And the new contract, people are really pampering the ball to give it to him, because he's so much in the media. His agent is playing this, but I really believe that it's really Marcus Rashford's last chance in there. I don't know what Ralf Rangnick and Erik ten Hag are really going to do for this young man in there, because to me I really believe that he should leave United. He should leave. He should go, because he wants a lot of money. If at all he wants a contract, he would want a contract of close to £300,000 a week minimum. That is Marcus Rashford. But look at what he puts out on the field of play. Does it really equal that amount of money? I don't really believe that it really equals that amount of money. I don't at all believe that what Rashford puts up on the field of play is equivalent to the amount of money he wants to get. And he's almost left with 2 years on his contract, then a year, an option of 1 year. Why bring the conversation of Marcus Rashford in here right now? Because he has shown us that he cannot die a little for Manchester United. You get? So don't reward him a new contract. You get? Just get him, tell him that, all right, you have 3 years left here. All right, go on and play for Manchester United. And let's see. If next season you don't give us the best that we want, we are really going to get you off the shelf. We are really going to sell you. And that's the best communication that can ever go to the ears of Marcus Rashford. Maybe it can be a wake-up call for this young lad in there, because to me, I really believe that he has the talent. He doesn't have this massive talent like that of Anton Martial. Look at Mason Greenwood, Jordan Sancho in there. But hard work and the limited talent that he has, if at all you really combine them together, he can really get us certain things in there together, and we do the needful in there for you. Another player that I want to talk about, all right, before I go into this, allow me read to you what Gary Neville said. Gary Neville, Nemanja Matic said, I tried to enjoy my last games at Manchester United. Of course, for me, it was a pleasure and an honor to play at Old Trafford for 5 years. In there, that is Nemanja Matic in there. If you remember, he really improvised that loop, that pass that really went above all Chelsea defenders, and Ronaldo controlled that ball with a very nice fast touch, and then he hit it at the back of the net to give United that goal that they deserve to keep that game level in there. United never had lots of chances in there, and the few that they had, I think Ronaldo really capitalized onto that one and really gave United happiness in there for you, because having lost against Liverpool, then you lose to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal, then you go in and play a side which goes by the names of Chelsea. You get, at least when you get a point, you just know that, all right, let's get prepared for the game on Monday against a side which goes by the names of Brentford in there, because there is no way, if you really want to win the UEFA Europa League, because Champions League, I don't think United is going to play the Champions League. I don't think United is going to play the Champions League. Maybe, if at all Arsenal and Spurs battle it, because I know Spurs will bottle it up, but I don't believe Arsenal will, because players like Thomas Partey are returning, and it's really looking great in there. So United has really the best in there for you, but has really the best to consider to see to is at least they play the UEFA Europa League. Because if at all Eric Ten Hag comes in and United in the UEFA Europa League, at least it will help him really get these young players some playing time and to help him build his team to the level that he wants in there. When you look at Roy Keane has said Chelsea were by far the better team. Yeah, that's true. United seemed happy and contented with the draw, which tells you where they are in there. So that mindset, that's why you saw Ronaldo in there very much disappointed in there for you. When you look at the Opta statistics, David De Gea in on David De Gea closing in on saves total, they are as follows. Manchester United against Chelsea is now the outright most drawn fixture in the Premier League history, with 25 of the meetings between the sides ending level. There have been 3 instances of 2 players age 33 all over combined for the Premier League goal season, all coming from Manchester United and involving Cristiano Ronaldo. Nemanja Matic, 33, has assisted Cristiano Ronaldo, 37, in each of Manchester United's last 2 Premier League games. Yeah, when they say about that, Nemanja Matic really put up that assist for Ronaldo to score against Arsenal. Remember that very nice brought-in ball? And Ronaldo, from nowhere, he passed through Nuno Tavares and Gabriel and really let that ball at the back of the net. Ronaldo has scored 8 of Manchester United's last 9 goals in the Premier League, with 7 of those 8 strikes arriving at Old Trafford in there for you. That means Old Trafford is really one of those areas that Ronaldo really likes to go in and score those scorchers in there for United. Manchester United's David De Gea has made 121 saves in the Premier League this season. Only in 2018 to 2019, 122 has the Spaniard made more stops in a single campaign in the competition. And with 3 more games to go, you expect him really to bypass this. And I tell you, in these remaining games, he's going to make like another 10. Expect 10 saves from David De Gea. So he might break his own record in there for you into this season that we are really going through in here. So guys, I don't know what you think about this draw about Manchester United, but all in all, I want to let you know that United really looked like they deserved a draw, but the players could have pushed for more. That's why Ronaldo was unhappy by the time this game came to an end. I will believe that if United really pushed up after the bringing in of Juan Mata and Phil Jones, United really had gotten a reference point in there, because a reference point is very much crucial in every game, because every time you get that ball, you just get to know, oh, who is that player that won't really get that and get lost, get this ball lost. It was Juan Mata, and Bruno Fernandes can't do this ball because he really fidgets a lot. He puts out, sorry for that, he ends up putting out very many bad passes. According to me, I really believe that Bruno should improve on his game, and that's why United are eyeing at a player who goes by names of Ericsson, who is 30 years of age, but he's going to be on a free come the summer transfer window. So we wait and see what is going to happen. Will United close in at Ericsson because he trained at Ajax, and Ajax, by that time, the manager was Erik ten Hag, and Erik ten Hag is the new Manchester United manager in there for you. So we don't know what's going to happen in there, but wish them the best of luck in there to come in and do the needful in there for you. I'm going to talk about Elanga. Elanga is that kind of player who really comes onto the pitch and really gives out his best. Remember yesterday he was celebrating his birthday, and all in all he really did great into this game of football. I really like the energy. I really like the way he tracked back. I really like the way he got involved into play, and there is a chance that Bruno misused, because Elanga really had gave him into that pass, and what he did was really try to put that ball through the legs of Rudiger, something that looked childish. And Bruno does lots of childish things in there for you. That's why we need a manager like Erik ten Hag to come in here and really change these players on how they play, because they really need to change in there. David De Gea put up a couple of saves for United, because Chelsea really, there is that one-on-one that Kai Havertz got in the first half after the midfield of United really was nowhere to be seen, and that pass was really passed through by, was it N'Golo Kante or Rudiger, and it found Kai Havertz, and that ball was really saved by David De Gea. He's really the best player of the season for Manchester United. Doubtfully, I know people will go in and really vote for Ronaldo, but I really believe that David De Gea is one of those consistent players that we had on the field of play this season in there for you. Diego Dallo, oh my God, he's improving. People were really saying he's suspect defensively, but I really believe that he has really taken his game to the next level in there. Ragnick, he really brought up a very good team according to the players he had, but my problem was he really delayed to take Marcus Rashford off the pitch. I really believe that if at all the second half you bring in Juan Mata, you get, and Bruno switches off the left attacking side of the midfield, then Elanga switches to the right, and Juan Mata into the midfield area, I really believe that it would have really gave United a more fighting spirit and creativity, because Chelsea looked more to have a lot of creativity from their fullbacks. No much creativity Chelsea had through the midfield, because Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay closed that entire space down. You get? So I really believe that Ragnick did well, but that late substitution of Marcus Rashford, it would have to come in far much area. Garnacho coming in for United, and he came in for a player who goes by the name of Elanga to capitalize onto that draw and really feel like it's okay for that draw in there for you. So guys, thank you for really watching Manchester United Matters channel. That was my breakdown of this game. Obviously, Varane and Lindelof really looked great, and we never looked suspect in the absence of Harry Maguire. And I really believe that we are going to enjoy these games that we are really left in the end of the season, because you now know that Harry Maguire is not going to be playing, and you know that Rafael Varane is going to come in and play that game of football very well alongside Victor Lindelof, and you at least know that that defense is really going to look great in there for Manchester United. Your reactions on this game of football are welcome into the comment section below. I go by the names of Rokan David.